Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have you here today. Prithvi's Cosmos Presents. Upcoming celestial events of May 2026. This is our very first slide, so I want to start by giving you a quick overview. We'll be exploring some fascinating celestial happenings coming up in May 2026. From planetary alignments to meteor showers, there's a lot to look forward to. So, stay with me as we take a brief journey through the cosmos. On the 22nd of May, Uranus will reach what we call solar conjunction. This is when Uranus passes very close to the Sun in the sky from our perspective on Earth. Essentially, its orbit brings it around to the far side of the solar system, making it almost directly behind the Sun. During this time, Uranus will appear at a very small separation from the Sun, just about 0 degrees and 12 arc minutes. That's a tiny angle, which means it will be extremely difficult, if not impossible, to see Uranus with telescopes or the naked eye, because it will be lost in the Sun's bright glare. This period of solar conjunction is important because it marks a time when Uranus is essentially hidden from our view. For several weeks, it will be unobservable until it moves away from the Sun's glare and becomes visible again in the night sky. Understanding this event helps us appreciate the orbital dynamics of Uranus and how its position relative to Earth affects our ability to observe it. It also ties into the broader theme of planetary motions and visibility cycles that we're exploring in this presentation. On the 23rd of May, we have a fascinating event, the lunar occultation of Regulus. What that means is the Moon will pass directly in front of Regulus, which is also known as Alpha Leonis. This creates a lunar occultation, and it's something you can actually see from specific parts of the world. Countries like Brazil, the eastern parts of the United States, Colombia, and Venezuela will have a clear view of this event. It's quite interesting because the Moon will be very close to the Earth during this time, making the event even more special. When the Moon moves in front of Regulus, it provides a rare opportunity to observe the Moon's position relative to stars so close to our planet. This event not only highlights the dynamic relationship between the Moon and stars, but also ties into our overall theme of understanding celestial movements and how they affect us here on Earth. It's a reminder of the intricate dance of our solar system and the importance of observing these phenomena. On the 23rd of May, we will observe the Moon at its first quarter phase. This means that the Moon will appear roughly half illuminated, which is a fascinating stage in its monthly cycle. The Moon will become visible shortly after it rises at 14:35, so you can start seeing it in the afternoon. It will remain visible until just before it sets at 23:37, giving us quite a good viewing window. This phase is particularly interesting because it marks a significant midpoint in the lunar cycle, symbolizing the transition from new to full moon. Understanding these phases helps us appreciate the changing face of the Moon and its influence on our night sky throughout the month. On the 28th of May, Messier 4 will be in a prime position for observation. You'll be able to see it between approximately 00:17 and 02:32. The best time to start observing is around 00:17, when it rises to an altitude of about 20 degrees above your southern horizon. As the night progresses, Messier 4 will reach its highest point in the sky at roughly 01:27, where it will be about 22 degrees above the southern horizon. This means it's well placed for viewing during these hours, making it an excellent target for stargazing. Remember, understanding the timings and how high objects appear in the sky helps us appreciate the movements of celestial bodies and deepens our connection to the night sky. On the 28th of May, we have an exciting event to look forward to. The asteroid 29 Amphitrite will be at opposition. Now, opposition means that the asteroid is directly opposite the Sun in the sky, which generally makes it more visible and easier to observe. However, in this case, there's a bit of a twist. Since 29 Amphitrite will be positioned far south in the sky, it won't rise very high above the horizon. In fact, it will never be more than 18 degrees above the horizon, making it quite challenging to observe with the naked eye or even through telescopes from most locations. You'll find the asteroid lying in the constellation Scorpii, which is a prominent constellation in the southern sky. This positioning is important because it helps astronomers and enthusiasts know where to look, even if the best viewing conditions are limited. So, while the event is significant in terms of its celestial mechanics, being at opposition, it also serves as a reminder of how the position and location of objects in the sky can influence our ability to observe them. It ties into the broader theme of understanding asteroid orbits and observation windows, which are key to our study of these celestial bodies. On the 31st of May, we're going to witness a fascinating astronomical event, the lunar occultation of Antares. What does that mean exactly? Well, it means the moon will pass in front of Antares, which is also known as Alpha Scorpii. This celestial dance will temporarily hide Antares from view. This occultation will be visible from specific countries and territories, including Australia, New Zealand, Papua, New Guinea, and the eastern parts of Indonesia. It's a great reminder that such events are often limited to certain regions, depending on where you are on Earth. Although the occultation will only be visible across these parts of the world, it's an exciting opportunity to observe how the moon interacts with other celestial objects. Events like this help us understand more about the dynamics of our solar system and the movements of the moon relative to stars. So mark your calendars for May 31st, because witnessing the lunar occultation of Antares is not just a beautiful sight, but also a chance to connect with the universe in a very direct way. So, on the 31st of May, the moon will reach what we call its aphelion, which is the farthest point from the sun in its orbit. At that exact moment, the Earth will be approximately 1.014 astronomical units away from the sun, while the moon will be slightly farther at about 1.0164 astronomical units. This might seem like a tiny difference, but it actually highlights how the distances between Earth, moon, and sun constantly change. The distance between the Earth and the moon at this time is roughly 0.0026 astronomical units, or about 386,000 kilometers. This distance is pretty consistent with what we usually see, but it's interesting to note that even during aphelion, the moon remains relatively close to Earth in cosmic terms. Understanding these distances and their variations helps us grasp how the moon's orbit influences phenomena like tides, eclipses, and even our observations from Earth. It's a reminder of the dynamic and interconnected nature of our solar system, which is a key part of the overall theme here, how celestial mechanics impact our daily lives and our understanding of the universe. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate your time and attention. If you found this content valuable, please like it and share it with others who might benefit. It helps to spread the message and grow our community. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more insights and updates. Your support means a lot and allows me to keep creating helpful content. Thanks again, and I look forward to connecting with you all in future videos.